Hey everyone, this is Lisa Salvatore. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you have been here before, thank you for coming back and stopping by. I'm going to do your readings for the month of August. If you do know your sun, well, obviously you know your sun sign, but if you know your moon sign and your rising sign, I suggest you listen to those as well because you sometimes will resonate more with your other placements. I've also done a video on the big three in the birth chart, which is the sun, the moon, and the rising. I did that a while back, and it'll be linked in the description box below. So if you do want to hear why I suggest listening to all of those three signs, there's a better explanation for you there. So I'm going to be doing this a little different this month. I have these little easels here just so I can display the cards. I'm going to shuffle off camera and have the cards already there when I do each sign, just because it's easier for me to zone in and tune in when I don't have the camera on me, because then I feel pressured, like I have to hurry up and shuffle. So I'm going to do that off camera, but then I'm going to have the cards set up and I'm going to intuit the cards and give you your reading for the month of August, all for each sign. I'm going to go from Aries all the way through to Pisces, and each one will be for the sun, moon, and rising sign of that zodiac sign. Also, I am still doing private consultations. You can find all of my links below in the description box. And again, thank you for being here with me. Let's get started. Hey Cancer, welcome to your August 2020 monthly reading. This reading is going to be for Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, and or Cancer Rising. Please listen to the video linked below if you want to know why I suggest listening to all three of your placements in your birth chart. We are going to just jump right in and get started. I've already shuffled the cards and laid them out and tapped into the energy of the collective for the Cancer souls that are watching and listening to this video. So I'm just going to say that there's a lot of different impressions that I'm getting as I'm sitting here in this energy for the sign. And to be perfectly honest, this is by far the more emotionally, I'm not going to say depressing, but emotionally challenging reading that I've done so far for the signs. Like, this definitely I feel very low energy with this sign right now. I feel like a lot of you coming off of your season, off of Cancer season, so that would be June and July for the most part, around the time of the solstice, which is June 21st, and we entered Cancer season. I feel like a lot of you went through major shifts in your personal lives. A lot of this centered around work, and for others it would be centered around your most intimate relationships and partnerships, which could also be about work. So take this and apply it where it fits for you, for whoever's watching. But what I do feel is there's just this element of like feeling a little bit insecure and afraid and lost, emotionally alone, isolated. Even if you were with someone, it's like there's a sense of isolation that I'm picking up on with this sign. And this was in the recent past. So I'm going back to like June and most of July for you, Cancer. This is just like this feeling of this emptiness, like nothing really filling you up the way that it used to, like nothing really bringing you joy. And, you know, it's like a lot of just challenges have presented themselves to you, emotionally especially. Like you're not really sure, you know, where you belong or what to think or what to feel. It just, things feel very up in the air, or have felt very up in the air. I do also feel that a lot of you have been experiencing a lot of like inner child healing, going back to childhood and looking at your own parents as an example, your own upbringing, the people that raised you, the roots, where you've come from, which is really what the sign of Cancer is all about. Honestly, it does rule the fourth house in astrology, which is all about the home and the lineage and our family and our ancestry. Naturally, that's the placement, but that's not the only reason. It just feels like for you particularly, Cancer, and as a collective, everyone has been going through this, but for you particularly, there's been a lot centered around the parental relationships in your life that influenced you as a child, and then again, your perhaps parental influence on your own children, on your own tribe. And now remember, it doesn't always have to be so literal. So if you have like a nephew that you act as a father to, or a niece, it doesn't matter. Whatever way this fits for you and however this speaks to your soul, just take it as it resonates, okay? This is in the recent past. So, you have here, love yourself as much as you want your soulmate to love you. Soulmates come in all forms. It's not always romantic. It certainly can be, and a lot of times it is. But soulmates also come in the form of friendships, of animals, children, pet. I said animals, pets. Many different forms. And in order for you to truly enjoy and revel in that feeling of creation and abundance and passion, you have to make sure that you're doing that for yourself first. And I see here with the Five of Cups being your first card, it's like on some level, you're aware that you've got some really positive attributes and some really great things ahead of you. But if you see like the two cups standing, they're behind the figure. So it's like your back is to the two cups that are still standing. So you're so focused on those three cups that are down before you, that have spilled, that are not fulfilling you anymore, or your soul. And because it's cups, it's emotion. So this is, you're a water sign, Cancer. So this is all about the heart, the emotion, the soul, the nourishment that you feel that you've been lacking on the soul level, where you've been able to push it away in the past. It just feels like the past, since the solstice, especially June 21st, you haven't been able to just do that anymore. You can't put Novocaine on the teeth any longer. Not literally. Maybe that is literal for some of you, but this is like saying, you can't numb it out any longer because it's here. You have to deal with it. You need to feel it. And the more you sit with it and the more you go through it, August does bring in some really new, creative, passionate opportunities. Now, I feel like this goes two ways. For a lot of you watching, this is definitely business related. And for others, this is relationship wise. A passionate soul connection in your life or coming into your life in the month of August, or the renewal of an existing soulmate connection. But it feels like a really positive, passionate, fresh, new beginning in a situation in your life that's going to really open up your channels of creativity. It's really going to help you to see that things are not as lost as you thought that they were, especially on the soul level. Like, you're recognizing parts of yourself, for some of you, in another person, and you're seeing that there's a dance that you've been doing that is no longer serving your soul, and you're ready to kind of do a different dance to have what it is that you want. The reason it hurts so much to separate is because our souls are connected. Now, for some of you, this could be a family member again, or a romantic partner in which you've been away from for quite some time due to circumstances. Could be just because you've chosen that, because it's something that you've had to put away or put in a box, because I actually see putting it in a box with a bow. So it's like putting this connection in a box with a bow for another day, for another time, because you're so focused on what's in front of you that has spilled, that you're not seeing the goodness of what's right behind you ready to come in. And it's here, because for the month of August, it's like this, if you can go with it and if you can sit with it and sit in your own pain and then your own reality right now, you'll open up yourself to something so much greater, because it just feels like there's like a really nice soul fulfilling opportunities for you in the month of August, Cancer, if you're willing to let them in. Now, I also feel that around the time of the full moon, which is August the 3rd, you will have some epiphanies about ways in which you've kept yourself stuck, in ways in which you've sacrificed for the good of others or another versus for the good of your own soul. And this is another thing that's really coming up for you big time, Cancer, for the month of August. And you need to really deal with that because, or I shouldn't say you need to, but you should deal with that because, I got the similar message, I think it was for Taurus, about sacrificing your own happiness and your own peace at the detriment, like doing it for others, but you're doing it at the detriment of your own soul. So on some level, that something might not be for your highest good, but you do it anyway because you're more concerned about the others involved or the other. And there's a sense of like you finally recognizing that and it could even be through another person, through another connection in your life, like someone that has come in and kind of shown you the mirror of yourself, and like the mirror image where you're looking at it now and you're saying, wow, I can't believe I didn't see things that way. Now I see it so clearly. So you're definitely seeing it clearly, but there's still this element of this feeling of, in August, like even though yes, some things are moving forward and there will be opportunities, I do still feel like this element of sacrifice and feeling stuck for the month of August. So it's like not quite ready. It's like a gestation period for you, Cancer. You're still doing the soul work. You're finally getting to the bottom of it. You're recognizing the ways in which you've sacrificed for your own well-being, and you're ready to move forward from that. And I really feel, because I got to be honest, you know, 2 cards on love and soul connections, and then the Hanged Man for me is always a soulmate card, but it's about like a suspended soulmate connection. And again, remember, soulmates are not always like, people think that soulmates are always like these easy peasy relationships or these romantic relationships, and they're not. Their soulmates can also come in through the form of, like I said, many other channels, not even always people. So keep that in mind too. So take this as it applies, but just know that you will be recognizing something very good for your soul, but you may not be able to fully embody and embrace that energy because you're still kind of stuck potentially in another situation or in another job that you need to be pulled away from in order to be able to move forward into your destiny, into your true north, into your going towards your true north. That's what I feel. I'm going to pull one more card just to clarify for you, Cancer, for the month of August. But again, I do feel like this emotional pain that I want to say, to tell you to sit with it and, you know, really don't run away from it, because you're going to come out the other side of it a lot stronger. I see a lot of tears too, shedding tears in quiet, in your own, you know, when you're by yourself. Very, very, I'm going to say like it's like a Lone Ranger vibe I'm picking up on for the month of August for you, Cancer. Oh, a card jumped out, so we're going to take it. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. So yeah, so this is all about just like, you know, tapping into your reserves and continuing on a path towards growth. You're building something. Whether you know that or not, Cancer, you're building something, and you're moving towards a brighter future for yourself. Just try not to get bogged down in the what ifs or could have, would have, should haves, and look at what's in front of you now and what it's trying to show you. And I feel like you will be much happier towards this end of the year, especially like November, December. I feel like that's when things will really pick up and you'll see positivity coming out of this time. Okay, Cancer? I hope that has helped you. Take really good care of yourselves, and I will be back for you in September.